Welcome everybody to another session of Mind Sparkle series. In this series, we bring people who have diverse backgrounds, who have excelled in their life, and through their success, who have created a kind of a role model for everybody to follow. So continuing this series, today we have a very enlightened personality and a self-made person. Why I'm saying is that I personally know his history. He is a man who can inspire so many people to achieve greater heights in life. He is Professor Abdus Samad, today from IIT Madras, and his journey is totally exceptional. Let me tell you, he is not the person who was provided with all the facilities in his life. He was not born in a metro city. He was not born into a big college or a big house in which every facilities was available. He is a self-made person. In fact, I tell you, he has done itself on his own conviction and his own purpose in life. Let me share his biodata, brief biodata about him. He did his education before the engineering from Calcutta and one from Maulana Azad College. And then after that, he went to do his BTech from Aligarh Muslim University. Then after that, he did his MTech from Aligarh Muslim University. And there he did not rest. See his vision. He went to South Korea. In those times, South Korea was not as popular a destination as we are supposed to know now. South Korea is very good in mathematics and physics. Most of us know because Japan is also excelled in all those kind of mathematics and physics. He did his PhD from South Korea. Then after that, he went to University of Aberdeen, one of the finest university in UK. 2 years he did his studies and lectureship there. From there, he came to IIT Madras as assistant professor in 2010. And from there, he's now professor in 2020. So in this 2020, he has been awarded the promotion of professor. And it's a great prestige to be a professor of IIT, and that to IIT Madras. Apart from that, he has opened up a lab for wave energy and to draw electricity from waves, from tidal waves. That is a new form of energy, alternate source of energy. His lab is providing that know-how to the Indian technological community. Apart from that, he is the editor of so many international journals. And more than that, he has a social initiative. He takes a lot of social initiative in development of people, how people can progress from being a student to a fully employable and a fully matured personality. And he aids people in getting success. He has written a book in Bengali, which is quite inspirational. Why? Because I also know Bengali. So I can tell you that he is an inspirational man. And stopping here, I will leave it to Professor Samad to go into the topic of studies abroad and the challenges and opportunities. He is the man who can guide you how to take the advantages of foreign university, what are the prospects available in India, how you can progress, how can you build your career in academics. So, Professor Samad, I invite you to take over this session. Professor Samad, welcome.
Thank you, Kasim sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of people you organized. Actually, whatever I will be speaking, this is not related to anything available in the internet. So this will be related to more about my journey. So how I crossed several obstacles and I reached up to a certain level, whatever you are saying me today. So let's see what are the things I have done when I got stumbled over lots of barriers and obstacles. And I mean, everyone's career will have that, but I have some unique thing in the obstacles and I cross those things and I will explain or I will try to give something. So, anything? Okay. Yeah, so let's start. Actually, everyone is having dream and I also had a big dream, and dream was that to be school teacher. Okay, 28 years ago, when I left my village, my main mission was to be a teacher, school teacher, my village school teacher. Okay, I got first division and I heard that Birbhum Zilla School, one very good district school, government school in my district, and that is having all the good students. I thought let's study with them. So I left my village and studied there. And there only I came to know about medicine, engineering. After +2 I can do. Before that, I did not know. I know only BA, BSc, BCom, these subjects. Okay, so but that did not trigger everything. I mean, my main mission was to study well, get good marks, and go to better college in Kolkata. So that was dream. So now what happened? One day, HS result came up after 1 week. I met one friend, and the friend said, "You know, Saiful, your friend, he got admission in Jadavpur." So what happened? I did not hear the Jadavpur University term. He said only Jadavpur, but I assume this is Jadavpur University, and he's my classmate Saiful, and he got in Jadavpur University. So I was shocked. So, but I had mission or dream to reach to Kolkata, better college, because I wanted to be teacher, good school teacher. So what I did, next day morning, I took my mark sheet and bag, and my mother gave me 500 or some rupees. Then I took train to Kolkata. Then when I was going to Kolkata, actually Kolkata was unknown for me because my parents are not so much educated. I never gone to Kolkata alone. So my parents also never gone, most probably. Then what happened? My mother told, okay, go to Bardhaman, 100 kilometers from my hometown. Take Toton. Toton, one friend is there. Then Toton will take me to one Amal Mama. So Amal Mama stays in Kolkata, so I'll be staying with him for a few days, and I will take form. I'll get admission. So that was the plan. So I reached unknown city, and I reached Amal Mama house in Raja Bajar. In that it is very, I mean, congested area. He was staying, but again I become his guest. That was very, I mean, interesting story. Then that was also very difficult to stay actually because so many people are staying. I am also staying. Mama also staying. Then I found another space called Police Training School, Kolkata. So one Nazrul Islam, police officer, just he gave me some space in his room for 2-3 months. Then again there is problem because I have to find a hostel. And initially I thought maybe I am the best person in West Bengal or somewhere I will get all the hostel or facilities, but that did not happen. So what happened? Then I got Baker hostel after a few months. So all this transition from village to nearby city, Birbhum Zilla School to Kolkata, I lost my route actually. Like this, I was very good in study, but because of this hostel and accommodation, I didn't study for a few months, and my performance was going down and down and down. So I was getting frustrated. So I thought school teaching job will be very difficult. So let's try something like PSC, Public Service Commission, clerical job, or ophthalmic assistant, some training course and do some job. I was thinking like this. Then again, that Saiful, that friend, one day suddenly he entered into my room and said, "Hey, I got something, I got something." We asked, "What did you get?" So I got in engineering. So I was very much frustrated. I was doing BSc. My performance was not good, sufficient. But Saiful, he got engineering and is so happy. Now I'm in dilemma whether I should leave BSc and I'll go for engineering or I'll continue. Then for a few days, what I did, I just hid myself from everyone. I was not speaking to anyone. What should I do? Then after, let's say, few days, I came out with my decision. I'll go for engineering. So I started studying for engineering. Then that time West Bengal entrance, IIT entrance separate. Everything was separate, not like presently in present joint entrance facility. So then what happened for Aligarh? So Aligarh, two friends, Apel and Rahim, two friends, they were preparing for AMU entrance test, and they asked me, "Samad, you want to go to Aligarh?" I said, "Aligarh, where is that?" I didn't know actually, really speaking. So then say, "Okay, you don't know that?" And they, like as a friend, they use some bad word, and they said, "You must know it." Then what they did, they brought some one form for AMU admission, and they filled and they asked me to sign. So finally I signed. Then finally, I got hall ticket or exam ticket, the admit card. Then I have to go to Aligarh to give exam. Then I don't know how to go in. So then Apel and Rahim both purchased ticket for me, and all together went Aligarh. Then finally I got it. Even, I mean, what bad thing happened, Apel Rahim did not get, but I got. So that is okay, fine. But Apel Rahim got in West Bengal entrance, and they're in a very good position now. So in between, Halim also came. My friend Halim. Halim also helped in during transition period. Okay. When I reached AMU, Aligarh Muslim University, first time, so big university, so nice buildings, and different culture, different environment. So I was fascinated actually when I reached there. Before that, I didn't know. I know only AMU मौलाना प्रोड्यूस करता है, वहाँ पढ़ाई लिखाई होता नहीं, ऐसा सुना. But it changed my outlook, because I thought the negative thinking changed into positive thinking. Okay, so their student, what they do, they will be studying their courses, and they will discuss about national politics, international event, civil services, central civil services instead of PSC or state civil services. So their thinking approach is different. And slowly, I'm also get accustomed to listen, and maybe I was preparing mind also. I mean, unknowingly. Even what happened, we got Nadim Tarin hostel in first day, and one of my friend, Shabi Hashmi, he's now in IIIT Delhi. In first day, he said, "I want to do PhD and from outside India." And that PhD and outside India, it was my, I mean, I never believed this can happen. Okay, so now AMU now started studying. Now almost graduation over, engineering. So that time what happened? Final year Viva. Final year Viva I prepared for 10 minutes. I prepared one assembly line simulation because I was in mechanical, so I took one project with Professor Arif Sohail. So assembly line simulation modeling, and I have to present in front of professors in Aligarh Muslim University. And what happened? I forgot everything, and I presented only for 3 minutes. Then all the professors saying, "Kuch to bolo yaar." So I forgot. I mean, so bad communication skill I had. I had fear of facing people. Okay, so that much of negative thing was there. When I was presenting for MTech also, the same, so much bad thing did not happen. But I got comment from professors, your presentation is so bad, something like that. Okay. So one more communication skill example I'll give. There was one vacancy in Bharatpur, Rajasthan, and there was only one vacancy, and I was the only one candidate. So what happened? I went there for an interview. I presented, but principal called me separately, and he said, "You are saying single sentence again and again. You cannot get a job." So finally, I did not get the job. One vacancy, one candidate, and they didn't select me. It was very much frustrating, and that was because of my communication skill, English level, low English level. So I was too much frustrated also again. So initial frustration was there after higher secondary when I entered the Kolkata. Second frustration started when I started job searching after engineering. Now I forgot everything about school teaching and everything. So now my challenge came to survive for my own first, then family, then others. Okay, then frustration going on. Then that time one friend Mohib. So Mohib, he went to South Korea suddenly, and from South Korea he wrote one email. So South Korea, they will give air ticket and scholarship also. If you like, you can apply here and you can come. So that triggered in my mind that also, okay, let's try. Mohib has given suggestion. Mohib also not from very well of family, so he knows my story. So he has suggested that means it's possible. Now I started applying. But first thing came, I have to apply for TOEFL. TOEFL, 3,000 money was required. CBT competitive test, 300 marks. I have to get minimum 213 marks. So what I did, I had one small radio. I was used to listen BBC news so that I can practice the listening part. And for reading, someone gave me some books. some tape recorder. So all these material I collected from here and there. Now I have to, that the 3,000 money I did not have. So then I become sad because I don't have money and I'm planning for TOEFL and abroad study. I heard that if I want to go to America or Europe somewhere, I must have some money. I have to show bank balance or bank account. Then they will give visa. So I did not try for those US or those countries. So whatever Muhir suggested, try this country, you will get ticket and you don't have to show bank account. So that's good. And bank account means I had only, our whole family had only one bank account in Aligarh. So in that, my parents did not use, never used bank account. So in Aligarh, I had one bank account, 1,000 rupees balance will be there every time. Sometime it will be zero balance also. So Mafi's Rian, some friends are there. So they heard that Samadbhai is very much sad because he is not having money for TOEFL, but he wants to go outside India. Then they told that story to Saad. Saad is Farishta. Okay, suddenly Saad listened, and Saad also he's not very well of family person, but he has some money, 3,000. So next day he came, Samadbhai, I heard you need some money, and because of this money you are not appearing for TOEFL test. Okay, so immediately he gave money, and I said I cannot give you now for next 6 months. He said no problem. Whenever you will have, you give me back the money. So then I appeared for the TOEFL. I qualified. The barrier 201.3. I got more than that. Then next level, I have to buy. I got after that I got admission letter from South Korea, one professor in university, Professor Kim Kwang Young from in university. Now I have to leave India. So again, problem came up. Problem is that I don't have money for buying ticket. So although in university or South Korean university will give me air ticket, but first I have to reach there, then they will give ticket. So I needed 25,000 for air ticket, and for other purpose, some visa and other thing, 10-15,000 more. So I needed around 40,000 rupees. So I asked my family, they give me 15,000. They said, okay, we cannot give more than that. So they borrowed from somewhere and they gave. Then some more friend came up, Afzal, Talha, Halim. So everyone 5,000, 5,000 for this 5,000. Halim, I think 10 or 15,000 he gave. All together, I made 25 plus 15, 40,000 rupees. Then I purchased ticket. I planned for journey. Then when I reached Inha University, not university, Incheon Airport in South Korea. So that time I had no money actually, because I finished all money when I was in India because traveling to Delhi and visa and so many things. Then from airport, Imtiaz, another friend, he's now in Dubai. So he was waiting for me and he took me from airport to university, Zahid, and he took me to their mess. There's Zahid, another friend. He is also from EMU, my classmate. He cooked chicken and everything and just went there and got my own friend circle. So it was a very happy journey actually, you can say, from frustration to newer world. So now Korea, what I did, so in India, I have seen lots of frustration like job problem, communication skill problem. So I have to cross all the barrier. I got next opportunity. I have to change whole system. So I did that actually. Day and night, I work per day, 15 hours minimum. So 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., 12:30, 9 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. actually, midnight. So that whole time I work, I never took any holiday actually, except first 2 years I continued to work. Then 20-30 days holiday I took. I came to India. Again, I went for next 2 years. So total 4 years I completed my PhD. So after that, I published more than 10 journal papers, good quality journal papers, and got several jobs, South Korea, in India also, Kirloskar Brothers job I got job in UK. So finally I decided I will go to UK. Okay. So now UK life. UK is English speaking country. Everyone dreams to study there or to get a job there. So instead of studying, I got job directly there. So what happened? I got very good salary. So after when I joined there and I got salary, I came to know parents also can say hide lots of things to their kids. So what they hid, actually when I was studying, they took lots of loan. They did not inform me, never. So when I earned money, so this is now you pay back. So several lakh rupees I paid to many people. So family balanced. Now what happened? I joined 2008 or September 1, and that time economic downturn started in the UK. Economic downturn, I think everyone knows economic recession or downturn. This time is happening, like Corona is there, so all the jobs market is not there, businesses slow down all over the world. So that time prime mortgage crisis was there, mortgage crisis. So UK also was facing that same problem. I joined in September. What happened in November? So November, my job was almost gone. What happened? One day morning, suddenly I saw one email came from our because that was an industry link job. So industry head email that we have one management reshuffle meeting today 9 o'clock, something like that. So we reached office, and we thought maybe regular meeting. This will be like weekly meeting or monthly meeting, or some bosses are coming, so some meeting will be there. But when they started meeting, they started speaking like this. We have closed down XYZ units in A country, B country, C country, and we want to reshuffle management in Aberdeen also, in UK Aberdeen. So what happened? Meeting was there for half an hour. Then after half an hour, they started calling. Like, so if you see any IT sector, there'll be lots of cubicles. So one cubicle I'm sitting, another cubicle another sitting. So if someone's telephone ringing, so they'll be calling to the office, company office. In company office, they will tell something. The person will come, they'll take the bag, they'll go. So we're just every day we'll make fun, we'll go for tea, and sometime boss will call and they'll discuss something. We thought maybe it will be like this. So first person came, took bag, went away. Second person came, took bag, went away. So I thought, what is happening there? I mean, not me, all the other persons also. So finally we understood that company is having financial trouble, so they are sacking people. So within few hours notice, they are sacking people, and they are saying 1 month salary you get, and you leave the company premises immediately. Don't speak to anyone. So they're coming, they're taking back, they're leaving. So this happens for maybe 8 or 10 people. And after that, around 12:30, our director came to that workplace, and they said, "Come to a meeting." So director came, and he like paused some time. We are safe now. So we got so much stress relief. So everyone was laughing. So it was a really stress relief thing, because if I lose my job, my visa will go immediately. So I cannot stay in the UK because it's a job linked visa. Other people, many are having their families. They have lots of responsibility. They have taken loan maybe. So if job is gone, so they will not get next job because it's economic downturn. So it will be very difficult for them. For my case, I have to come back. So that downturn I have seen. But what happened? Then I found a job in South Korea in one academic university, one academic job in university. So I asked our director, say, "I'm leaving. I will go to South Korea. This is what is the problem?" I said, "I'm not feeling comfortable here." I did not say the truth that you are sacking people, so maybe next day you'll be sacking me also. So the director said, "Okay, you may have some more reasons also." I said, "Okay, my salary is a little bit low." Okay, then I'm feeling very much lonely. Okay, then he says, "Okay, solution. So tell me how much salary you want." I said, "Increase up to XYZ level." And that's okay, done. And then he again suggested, "Okay, you are feeling lonely, take holiday for 1 month and go home, come back." So my salary increased. When their financial trouble is there, the salary increased, and they gave me longer holiday. Then I came back. I took holiday and came back to UK, and again I worked for them. But I was more inclined towards academic job, more study, reading, innovation. So I was informing them, without informing them, I was applying. But my director understood that I'm not interested in industrial job. I'm more interested in academic job. So what happened? I applied in IIT, different IITs, and I got in IIT Madras and IIT Mandi. So finally, IIT Mandi selected me. IIT Madras also selected me. Then I informed my director I'm leaving because I got in IIT. So he says, "Yeah, I'm not surprised," because he knew that I'm more inclined towards more study. So, so that was the story of till UK. So till 2010 I joined here IIT Madras as an assistant professor, and it was a new life. So I became a teacher, but not a village school teacher. So I have few takeaway point here. Okay. So takeaway points are there. 3 points I'll tell. Make friend, be acceptable and adaptable. So you should have friend in your life who will help, who will be giving you positive energy. Be acceptable. Your behavior should not be unacceptable and adaptable. You have to adapt all the environment. Whatever harsh environment is there, you have to make positive. You have to try to think how to make it positive. For example, South Korean people does not know India, Indian culture, Muslim, Islam. So they say, in India, people take pork. Someone say, no, India does not take any vegetable food. So you have to explain them. Then that'll be easy thing. But if you, without explaining them, if you force them to accept, then that will be a problem. So this will be true for all the countries also. And you have to learn lots of things like adaptability. For example, racism rules. In India, we don't have racism rule. If it is there, no one cares. But Europe, another thing, kale ko kale nahi bolte. Okay, you cannot ask someone name directly, or you cannot ask someone's origin directly. So can you ask your name, please? You can say like this. So you have to learn those things, techniques. So that will be good. Think positive. So there will be lots of downtime in your life, everyone's life, including Kasim Saab. I think, yeah, after lecture he can also speak something about this. So there are lots of turn negative, positive. So you have to be strong enough to handle those things. Learn from failures, get up, again move on. Become a bigger competitor. So I did not get job after BTech. There was very huge problem because 9/11 financial travel was there in all over the world. So I become more competitive. Okay. So focus, consistent. So you must be focused and consistent. You should not change here and there, here and there. Then you will not get your goal. Okay. So these 3 points: make friend, flexible, adaptable, think positive, and focus and consistent. This thing you should remember. Okay. So abroad study. Because this related to abroad is so now from my life also, you know, if you don't have money, you don't have communication, if you try, you can do it. Okay. सच्चे दिल से चाहो तो सारे कायनात तुम्हें हेल्प करेगा. Okay. So something like if you want ask Stanford का eligibility क्या है, you can get in internet. So I'll not take about this. I mean, I don't know also. Okay. So which is required for your motivation? For example, you don't have money, or things are, how can I study sir in US? No problem. You must have zeal in your heart and mind. So if you like, you can do it. So there are lots of opportunities there in US and East or West or Middle East, everywhere. So you have to find that one. Forget about only Indian condition. Forget about globe. Okay. So just you have to think. Don't think about racism. You try to make friend, to create your own environment and move on. That will help you to be absorbed in India and abroad also. Okay. Zeal to win, money or English will not matter. Get abroad experience, come back, make difference. So in India, lots of issues are there. So learn from outside, come back and make our society beautiful. So that will help. That will help. People will appreciate, and आखिर में भी आपको सहायता मिलेगा. Okay. So before concluding, I want to thank some people. Today, what I am, because it is because of my teachers, parents, Sharif Mama, and grades of well wishers, my related schools, colleges, universities, collaborators, IIT Madras, and other relevant organizations who are directly indirectly involved in my career, success or failure maybe. And all the friends, of course, they were there every turn of life. They were there. And thanks to MSS and Kasim Saab, and thanks to all the listeners. Okay, now maybe you can ask the question if you have. Kasim Saab, go to Kasim Saab.
Samad Saab, it was a very inspiring session from you. In fact, I was listening to every details which you were saying. Mm-hmm. It's a kind of a lesson to all the audiences who are listening there, that nothing can prevent you from achieving your goal. Yes. If you have the zeal, like you said, passion.
Right.
money is not there, like Mr. Samit did not have, but there will always be some person, good people in life.
Right.
There is no dearth of good people if you have the passion.
Right.
So if you have the passion, others will also come to support you, like his friends supported, his relatives supported, everybody supported.
Right.
So have that zeal in your life, and it's quite inspiring. I'm telling you, those who have listened, try to tell it to your friends or to your children that nothing can stop you from success. Even if you don't have communication skills or not great marks or not good money, nothing can stop you if you have zeal in your life.
Right.
This is one takeaway which I have taken from Mr. Samad, and we are thankful to Mr. Samad for giving us such a inspirational life story. In fact, I would like you to get your Bengali book translated into English. Nowadays, it's so easy to translate and put it on the internet for free download. A lot of people can benefit from your experience.
Okay.
Those people who are from the rural areas, those people who don't have so much access, they can all benefit. So it's by request. So coming to questions, Mr. Samad, one question has come.
Okay.
He is asking whether it is good to do your masters from outside, or should we do our masters here and do our post masters or research from outside? What is your opinion in this matter?
No, based on like if someone is getting IIT also not bad. So from IIT you can get masters and you can go outside. And if you think the IIT is becoming difficult, sometime IITs are difficult actually sometimes. So in that case, if you leave India, that will be maybe easier. Many of my friends left India because they did not get in IIT, and they are also doing better. Because maybe that moment they did not get, but they are doing better. For example, I never studied in IIT. I am professor in IIT. So try continuous effort I applied. Finally, I came back with the bank. So if you have continuous effort applying, so it doesn't matter whether you are studying IIT or so. If you are getting non-IIT, then I'll say okay, abroad is better. If you're getting IIT, then maybe you can compare. But non-IIT means IIT or abroad, you can compare. Okay, that is better. So in IIT, what happens? Like we have lots of collaboration with German university and other universities. So normally we send our MTech students for dissertation or some work with other university. Even I have many projects which are linked with US and UK and Germany, Korea. So I send my students regularly to those places. So they'll be going for 1 week, 1 month, or 6 months. Okay. So although they are a student in IIT, but sometimes we'll be sending for 6 months. Okay. So that sort of opportunity normally we try, but students must be studying well. Then I'll be selecting. For example, I have 5 students. I'll be selecting 1 or 2. So if their students are good, because I have to make interesting collaboration. Right. So I'll see in which case I will get better opportunity. My opportunity also increase. If the student is performing well, it will help me also to get more project, more fund. Again, next student will get benefit because I have more fund. So for example, this time one Tapas Das just came from Germany. He was stuck because of lockdown actually. He went for 3 months. And again, one student is waiting. He will be going for 6 months to Germany. Because of his lockdown, he's not unable to go. And some more students also will be going, but all lockdown stopped things. So I hope things will be better. So if someone is getting IIT, that is also good.
Achha, Professor Samad, let me tell you, because you have been very clear that if you don't get IIT, then it's better to go out, because IIT is a big institute, a big worldwide name. It gives a kind of a tag to you, and that makes you go up higher in your career.
Right.
Another question which has come to my mind, and somebody also has asked, is this: what are the prospects in research? What is the difference between research field and your industrial field which you are working for the company? What would you advise? What has more prospects?
Okay, so in research, sometimes it becomes personal choice. For example, for my case, I have passion towards academic teaching, research. So although I had industrial job in UK, my job was actually industry academy linked job. So I was first I have to explain my job. Actually, this is KTP. They say Knowledge Transfer Partnership. So my employer was University Aberdeen, but I was working for Z-Lift Limited and one company. So my worksheet and timesheet, everything I was filling in company. So I was attending industry. I mean, I was not going to university, rather I was going to industry, and I had to fulfill all the criteria of industry. Okay, so it's a UK government project actually. There I had option to stay there, visa, citizenship, and beautiful life, Western. But I thought, let's go back. I have passion to academia also, and I was applying to only IITs. So because if I go to get IIT, definitely I am going back. So I got IIT Mandi, IIT Madras. So someone suggested, okay, IIT Madras, Ocean Engineering Department doesn't matter. You join. It's top in institute. So I joined. Okay, so after
Yeah,
some time, it should be your choice.
Yes, yes. And more than that, one choice is that you wanted to serve your nation, come back to your own country and serve the society.
That is the first thing. That is the first thing.
That is much required because our brain drain should not happen. In fact, so much of money is spent by the government of India and our state government, and society is sponsoring so much of people. We should not drain our intellectual capacity to the West. So we are very proud that you came back and you're working on tidal energy. That is quite a revelation to all of us. One question has come: what would you, as a professor, since you must be having a lot of PhD student also under you, so what as a professor would you look in a student to accept him as your PhD student? What are the criteria for a good researcher?
Okay,
your opinion, Professor.
So because we are in engineering, so students should not forget mathematics. Engineering mathematics they should not forget, and good communication skill must, because I had problem during my BTech, I told already. So that communication skill I want. So I want the student must have communication skill, good communication skill, and mathematics skill also must have. Those things are compulsory. Then other thing I'll teach. If they can write good English and good mathematics capability, I can teach everything. Okay, I have all level of students, so I am teaching to everyone. Okay, some student was there. I will give you example. One Paresh Haldar. So he was not willing to study in subject. So when he graduated, he published 10 or 15 papers, and he's now in Japan. And I was very much happy with them when he left after degree. But when he joined after first 2-3 years, everyone was thinking he cannot do PhD. But I shaped him, and he was also very eager to learn, and he did very well. He's in Japan now. Okay, so student must be eager to learn.
Yes. So I can understand that it's all about your learning again, whether you have that zeal and that communication skill is also a good criteria if you want to succeed. So all the students out there who are listening have a good communication skill, but that is the personality will make the first impact for you to the others. Continuing with the question, one question is there: what do you think is the lag factor? What is the thing which is lagging in the graduate students of today that they're not able to progress higher in academics or in career, or postgraduate students? What do you feel is the factor which they don't have to succeed? There's so many students who don't succeed. Can you tell what is the factor they are lacking?
Okay, so let's say I'm teaching in IIT and non-IIT. So non-IIT student, normally they avoid competitive exams. So whenever you want to succeed within India, or if you want to go abroad also, so first you have to cross some competitive exam. So GATE exam is there for IIT. For pure sciences or arts, there will be NET and JRF. So you have to cross those barriers. And someone is not willing to go for competition, that means he's not willing to study, or he's not willing to grow, he or she maybe. And when they're coming, many students, coming to IIT also, I have many students, many students want to get job only. They don't want to study, they don't want to learn. So first thing should be learning. So many students are forgetting that part. They are thinking only job. So I can remember one friend, Nazir, he's in ISRO, Indian Space Research. During his MTech, he was very much passionate about job. No, he was not passionate about job. He said, I will study, I will not appear for any exam. Job will call me. So what happened? He applied to IIT Delhi for one PhD program, and one professor called him. He said, "You don't apply to this department. Come to me. I will guide you." Okay, because he was passionate to learning, and the professor understood that he's the passionate learner. Okay, so finally he's now a scientist staff in ISRO. I think he's in Hyderabad or Bangalore. Okay, so you must be passionate to learn. I mean, if your target is job and you are not learning, nothing will happen. Okay, so learning must be there. So many students are not having that learning attitude.
Okay. Yes, I can understand learning and that passion, because the experienced professors will always know whether a person is just faking or he has a learning or passion and the zeal to do something in academics. Because in higher things like PhD and the postdoctoral, you cannot hide. You have to work hard. You have to have interest in that area. Otherwise, you just cannot succeed at that level. It's not a job that you will do some 9 to 5 and then go home. That passion has to be carried home also
Right.
in
Right.
research.
Uh-huh.
So continuing with that, I would like you to explain to our viewers what are the possibilities of higher education and academics in South Korea. And even if you know about Japan, can you tell us whether the English is a requirement or you have to do local language Korean, and what are the difficulties and what are the good? Something about Korean higher education for our viewers.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so those people actually 99% people will say if they get any chance to go abroad, they will go to English speaking country or Europe. Okay. So and like some people like me, communication skill poor, money not there, and they will think go abroad. Then easier option is Eastern part. Eastern part. Then what about language? So TOEFL was criteria to get a scholarship. Okay, still I think that criteria is there. TOEFL or one English test, GRE, TOEFL, some English test must be there. Then you can get a scholarship there. In master's level scholarship there, PhD level scholarship there. When I was going there, so that time they give air ticket also. I think they stopped that air ticket part now because number of students increased. Okay, so in Japan also JSPS, Japan Study Promotional Science, I think they have option for PhD and other postdoc, and many options are there. So if students are interested, they can say JSPS website. Definitely there will be option how to apply there. And Korean information, if they want to get, then the Korean Research Foundation. I got 2 fellowship. One fellowship was Jangsuk Fellowship. So in that case, my tuition fee was 0 because same amount of money they gave and they made tuition fee 0. And another fellowship they gave me for survival. So that was called KRF, Korean Research Fellowship. Okay, so the same mechanism will be there in many universities. And for masters also similar things are there. But this time they have limited thing. That time it was open because many applications were not there. Now they are limiting, but how much limitation they have given, I don't know. But English, one language, one competitive exam like TOEFL or GRE or IELTS is compulsory. Regarding language, so normally Korean courses, many professors will be teaching in Korean, but we are smart enough, we can learn anything. We are Indian, we can take any challenge. Okay, so you give us anywhere, we can survive. So we are Indian. First, you have to remember that we are living in the toughest condition. So wherever we go, that will be easier for me, for you also. So don't think that you don't know this language or that language. Forget about that. You are Indian. That is enough. Okay, you can learn the language. So and exam you can write in English, and in PhD, MS thesis also you can write in English. There is no issue. Okay, and some universities like SNU, Seoul National University or Japan, many universities they are promoting English also. So they are allowing 30% lectures must be in English, something like that. Okay, so doesn't matter. You are Indian. I mean, done.
That's the fine thing which you have told. An Indian can pass any exam, and Indian can survive anywhere in the world.
Right.
And get inspired and inspire others also. And we can learn in any language.
Right.
Within a year or half, I can tell you, Indians can learn any language. They have gone to Central Asia, done medicine from there, and they don't know the language also from Japan also. So nothing to worry about language. That passion and zeal should be there.
Right.
Continuing this question, I would like to ask you, say for instance, what is the difference between the US UK model of higher education and the Korean and the Eastern model of education? If a student gets from both the sides invitation to come, where should he go? I want your honest answer.
Okay, so here I already told that student normally they will try to go to US or UK because in future also they can think of residency and so many, right? But Korea normally people will go for a study or job. Normally they will not try for residency. Okay, Indian community, I think, I don't know whether anyone has taken residency there, but US and UK you will find lots of. So normally students prefer English speaking in US or UK. In Europe also many people will try to stay, but Korea, Japan normally people doesn't. But about regarding education standard, so Korea follows as it is US, whatever university rules regulations are there, same thing they will follow in Korea. So South Korea you can say one US state actually. So whatever things will be there in US, they will follow. Okay, and Japan also will follow the similar pattern. So their standard like this, like in PhD, they will have to publish SCI quality journal. SCI quality is highest quality journal. So if you do not have SCI quality journal, you cannot submit your thesis. So so they maintain standard like this, and that is accepted everywhere. And whoever my friends were there in South Korea from different countries, not only from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, many countries. So everyone are placed in good. Everyone is now in good place. And many students, many friends, what they did, they stopped in South Korea for 1 degree. Next degree or next move, they jump to Australia, US, or UK, or some other country. Okay, so that also they're doing, and their education very much accepted in Western world, because Korean very much. I mean, people know that they are very much hardworking people, so their degrees are also valid actually.
Professor Samad,
Mhm.
the one question has come: how to prepare for PhD if somebody has done distance education, graduation, or post graduation? Can he do it? Is it an easy thing, or it becomes difficult if he has done a post graduation or graduation
All
from
right, right.
distance education? What are the career prospects? Can you guide them?
Okay, so PhD, like normally NET, JRF, if someone can qualify, then already he standard exam he's passing, right? And engineering, I think correspondence course is not there, but many student is there. One of Professor Bobby George in IIT Madras is there. I think he's from AMI. That is also almost correspondence course. Graduation B level AMI. Someone is passing. That means they'll be considered as equivalent to BE Tech. So he got one international award also now. So he's professor in IIT Madras. So from correspondence to normal education, and he got international. Okay, so if someone is passionate to learn, then they can do it. The correspondence, like, but acceptance. For example, aerospace society, one society is there. So where many students get degree. Previously, where IIT Madras in Ocean Department, were used to take them for as a master's student. Now we are not considering them. So you have to see which university allowing them for next degree. Engineering normally correspondence people not allow. Okay, for IIT, many students will think, okay, correspondence degree, then get into IIT or good university, then change life. So sometimes university will not allow the big university. So that will be a problem. So you have to check which university allowing. Then you work hard and change your destiny. You must take control of your destiny. Okay.
Yeah, what I can understand, Professor Samad, is that zeal and passion, if you have, and the interest,
Right.
definitely anything is possible. Even people from, I know one IS officer
Right.
here in Telangana,
Okay.
who did his entire education through correspondence education, and he was one of the toppers in IS examination. He's a very successful officer in Telangana.
Okay.
I would not name him, but he has done only his education through distance education, and he is kind of a person who inspires many
Okay.
to go through it. So nothing is impossible if you are committed to yourself, your goal and passion.
Right.
Like Professor Samad, through his life, is giving you an example. You can succeed anywhere. So
Right.
continuing with the next question, one question has come to me saying that there is a confusion. Sometimes we are all preparing for civil services or state examinations. Sometimes higher education also we can do. We can take up career like Professor Samad, IIT and academics. What should we decide? Which should be better, state services or UPSC or academics or higher education? Any student will have that confusion. It's quite natural. What would you advise to them, Professor
Okay.
Samad?
Now, which level confusion is there? For example, uh, uh, initially after BTech, I was thinking maybe I will get job in industry. So I did not get job. So I thought, I will see the end. I will study till the end. Then I'll see. So I reached up to end with PhD degree. Then after that, I studied so hard. So I got many options, industry, academia. Finally, I have chosen my own. Okay, even my UK job also, it was linked with industry, academia. So I have seen both world, industrial world, Western world, Eastern world, India. So all the world I have seen, that I have decided. Now, sometimes you have to follow your own thought. I mean, Kasim Saab is IPS, so I have to be IPS. Or someone says is a professor, I have to be professor. Don't look at it like this. You have to see your own passion. If Amitabh Bachchan wants to go for IPS or professorship, definitely he will not be so much reputed. Okay, Sachin Tendulkar, he is like 10th pass or 12th pass, and he's so much reputed. All India, all over India, even all over the world, you'll find Sachin Tendulkar. So Shah Rukh Khan, you see. So you have to follow your own passion. Okay, you don't listen to. I mean, you see others, but don't follow others' instruction. Okay, you do only medicine, you're only doctor. Then there will be problem. Success rate will be lower. So you have to follow your own decision, own passion. That will be better, I guess.
Okay, so one should decide themselves that a student has to decide which one the passion yours is to
Right.
continue as a professional career. So
Right.
do not go by what others do.
Right.
Not go that others are doing this, I will also do that. See your capability and your interest and passion in that. And if you are knowing that you will succeed in that, definitely you will succeed if you have that inherent quality in you and you are willing to work hard. But one thing I like to say, Professor Samad, from your life, you have worked very hard. That thing you should tell the student and audience. The
Right.
passion should also be there, but the hard work should not be missed. You may have a
Yeah.
lot of passion, but if you don't do hard work like you did for 15 hours, I
Mhm.
think mind boggling. I know I am also from Kolkata. I know
Mhm.
the culture of studying and how hardworking the people from Bengal are.
Right.
And
Right.
it makes a lot of difference between
Right.
5 hours of study or 15 hours of study. It makes a
Right.
hell lot of a difference. So last question, I think till now has come. After that, I will ask one or two questions from you.
Mhm.
That student and gentleman is asking, should we listen to our conscience? He has not mentioned what conscience means, what he wants to. Like Professor Saab already said, you
Mhm.
listen to what your inner feelings is towards
Right.
your career. But I would like to ask Mr. Samad,
Mhm.
should he listen to his conscience, what his inner heart is saying and mind is saying and others are saying?
Again, you have to see your limitation also. In a sense, like for example, I want to be American president, so I have limitation. I'm not citizen of America. Okay, so you have to define your goal based on your capability, and again when you reach certain level, then again you define next level goal. Okay, so and in one go, if you say I want to be chief minister of Andhra Pradesh, not possible, right? So you have to be first maybe local level MLA, then some influence, then chief minister, then it may be okay. But yeah, suddenly nothing possible. So just set a goal, reach one by one, and hard working, मेहनत बहुत जरूरी है. मेहनत नहीं है तो कुछ नहीं होगा. Right direction. I mean मेहनत must be in right direction. Like एक रिक्शा वाला पूरा दिन काम करता है, लेकिन वो पैसा वाला नहीं बनता है ना? तो आप किस डायरेक्शन में कैसे मेहनत कर रहे हैं, that will be most important actually. तो सही डायरेक्शन, डायरेक्शन में मेहनत कीजिए and set a goal, maybe small goal, then reach one by one, then you can get your target. But if you set sudden goal and you want to say like say senior IS officer and state secretary, not possible. And my age like 30 years limit of age, IS officer exam, and I am 40 plus, so I cannot be IS officer. Okay, so you have to see all the limitations also, but you can set level of your goal, then you can cross one by one and get your success.
Professor Samad, a beautiful message. In fact, I'm really humbled by your message that you should set small goals. What is happening with our new students and our new young students coming out of university? They set very high goals also initially. So that is also good in a way to dream big, but you should also be realistic, practical,
Right.
like you said.
Right.
If you're not American citizen, how can you be a president of US? So you have to understand your capabilities also and set small goals. Definitely with few drops of ocean can be made. And Professor Saab is also a professor of oceanography. You must be knowing ocean is a combination of droplets only,
Right.
and nothing else. So set your small goals. You will reach very high in your life. And Professor Saab, I'd like to ask one personal questions from my side.
Okay.
Can you tell us what is the just for the, maybe it's on the website also, but to make the students aware, my duty is to see that the student also know how easy or how difficult it is to become an IIT professor, to get into IT. What are the criteria they see to become an associate or assistant professor of or a lecturer initial entry into IIT? Why it's such a big tag? What should the student have to go into IIT if they want to do?
Okay. So yeah, if you want to go like top institutions and any IITs, so first PhD must minimum qualification, and you have to see which area you are doing PhD. For example, if you are doing chemistry or physics PhD, there are many candidates. But if you are doing PhD in say petroleum engineering, I actually I was hired for petroleum engineering, although I am not a petroleum background person, but I was working for petroleum company. So their candidate is not there in petroleum engineering, ocean engineering. So if someone is having BTech petroleum, BTech ocean engineering, and PhD also similar direction, one or two paper publication, good journal like SCI quality I said, then they can apply. They will get interview call from our department. But if you have certain area, for example, chemistry or inorganic chemistry, if one application in vacancy is there, maybe 100 application will get. Then 50 journal paper will be very low. Okay, but in ocean engineering, 2 journal paper will be very high. Okay, maybe. So you have to see which area you are working, and you must have good PhD and abroad experience sometimes matters. Although it will not be written anywhere, but unofficially some Western experience or say American MIT degree or Harvard degree or something. So some point they will get unwrittenly, interview board will be preferring them. Okay, then your topic of research that will also matter. For example, mechanical engineering you are doing PhD, I am also doing, but unless someone is doing some common area, someone is doing some new innovative area, COVID research. Okay, COVID research immediately maybe people will get absorbed. For example, we are getting research project from COVID. All the government, all over the world, everyone is giving COVID project, COVID research. We try to bring vaccine. Okay, so which area you're working? And communication skill, like I had very weak, and I did not get one private college job also. Finally, I'm teaching IT Madras, top institution. Okay, so I improved that one. So that communication skill you must have good how to handle. PhD plus which area you're working, based on that number of publication will also matter. Okay, then again, let's say you're saying biasing or discrimination or so many points also is here every time. Okay, because we are government office, so we hear all this stuff from student, from everyone. So what happens if you have certain level of qualification? After that, if you do not get in A position, you can get B or C, or maybe 10 position will be rejected, maybe 11 position you will get. So you must have that level. So if you are on that level, so you are done. Okay, so A will not select, B will not select, C will select. Okay, so first you create your level, quality. Let's say 2 journal paper required for ocean engineering or mechanical engineering or chemical engineering. So you must have 5 publications. So if everyone is 100, you must be 105. Then you will get it. So if you are 100 and everyone is 100, you may not get, because maybe some mantri will phone and the mantri's son will get. Okay, so you must be एक कदम आगे. If एक कदम आगे है तो आपको कोई पीछा नहीं कर सकता. तो यहाँ नहीं मिलेगा तो कहीं मिल ही जाएगा. Okay.
Professor Saab ने बहुत अच्छा explain किया. In fact, I would like everybody to listen to what he has said. And he's quite very technically also sound, and also practically he's giving both the version. It is for the audience to understand and take whatever he has said. And it's quite logical that what he is saying is what IIT and the premier institutes also demand from the candidates. So prepare with passion, prepare with knowledge, and small steps will take you towards success. Another question in this regard, a lot of questions are coming, Professor Saab. So you will be taking a little bit of more time from you, because students are very eager to know from an IIT professor. Okay. One is asking, suppose if he is good at teaching, he knows that he has a passion for teaching, like you initially had a passion for teaching. You wanted to become a teacher. Okay. And now you become an IIT professor. So same teaching. So if he is good at teaching, he is having a passion, but he could not do research from a good institute or from a good professor. Will it be a kind of a trouble or obstacle for him in getting into a professorship institutes like ISC, IIT, or any big institute?
Okay, so yeah, so I'll give one example. Director of IIT Ropar, Professor Sarit Kumar Das, he has PhD, I think, from Sambalpur University. You know Sambalpur? I think no one knows. He has PhD from Sambalpur University. He was Professor IIT Madras, and he was Dean also in research. Now he's director in IIT Ropar. So IIT Ropar now in top institution actually, because of his leadership. So doesn't matter from where you are doing, but everyone prefers big institution. But finally, it depends on your research quality and which level you are working. Okay, so when I was going to South Korea, everyone was saying South Korea, the degree recognized in India. Where is the South Korea? Why are not doing in IIT or America, London? So that time I had to hear lots of negative points. Okay, finally, I don't know how they think now.
Professor Saab, you have been very frank, and that is the way to go. Do not take into consideration the negative things. If you are right and you have chosen a good direction, like Professor was saying, choose a good direction, choose it well, have passion, have hard work, and then do not consider the negative points. Right. Forget about the negative points. Start doing, you will succeed. And he gave an example of our IIT Ropar director also. It's quite inspiring. Anywhere you can do your higher education, but if you have the passion and talent, you will get selected for higher studies and higher positions also. Continuing with that question, one is asking, is there a possibility that IIT, IISc or big institutes may come for online graduate and postgraduate courses? Because seeing the COVID situation, Harvard and Stanford is also thinking on those lines. Can we see a day in which a student can do online graduation or post-graduation from IIT Madras and get the same kind of value as from the face-to-face class?
Okay, so already there, IIT Madras already started Big Data BSc course. Just a few days back, they started. The Central Minister Pokhriyal, I forgot the name. The Education Minister, MHRD Minister. So he inaugurated actually the course BSc in Big Data Science. Okay, so anyone can get online course, certificate from IIT Madras. Already there. Okay, and individual course, for example, you want to get certificate from IIT Madras for individual course. For example, fluid mechanics course you want to study, although you are maybe social science graduate. So you can take admission in IIT Madras NPTEL course. Then NPTEL course, I think everyone knows, who are engineers. National Program for Technology Enhanced Learning. All professors are recording videos and giving in YouTube. So anyone can watch those videos, and there will be some exam. If you can pass the exam, you can get IIT certificate. So only individual certificate, not BABSc. Like he has passed fluid mechanics course, something like that, they'll write. And regarding BSc course, I think they will have to give exam. So rules, some separate website is there. So students are interested, they can look at that. Data science course. And data science course is very hot course these days. That's why IIT Madras started. Maybe student also can look at it.
Fine. So for the student, the example is already there. IIT Madras has started this online data analytics course, and maybe other courses may be started by top universities. So keep watch, go through the websites of the different institutes where you are interested in. Definitely, this is the age in which possibilities and opportunities are immense. Only you need to select and have passion. There is no dearth of opportunities. You have to create and find out, and Google is there to find it for you. Just go and research there, and you have a lot of data there. So Professor Saab, before we close, we have this tradition that you will share your email, because a lot of people would like to interact with you, get your valuable experience and knowledge through email, get a mentorship if they want to go to IIT. So can you type your email in the chat box for everybody to connect with you? And after doing that, I would like you to give a last message before we end the session. We want your last message for the students so that they get inspired.
Okay, so last message is that you must have passion to learn, work hard, and don't fear of failure. Fear everyone will have. So whenever there is failure, try to find the fault, where is the weakness, again move on and start with big bang. I mean, create something much better. Okay, so failure, don't fear, just do better than prepare again, do better than better in the next exam or next level.
Yeah, fine, Professor Saab. In fact, that message the students and the listeners should keep in mind. Do not fear failure. If you are having passion and you know where you are going, you have taken a good path, you know where the destination leads to, and you are working hard also, doing well in life, failure does not mean that it is the end of the road for you. It's just a small obstacle. The train may have stopped at certain small stations. After that, the big station junction will come. So keep on trying. Do not fear failure. Ultimately, if you can see the personality of Dr. Samad, the way he has fought through all the problems in his life, everybody, I can tell you, can get inspired from his life. Right from a rural village in Bengal up to South Korea, Aberdeen, and IIT Madras. It's have been a very, very inspirational journey. Anybody can do. If he can do, and he can inspire hundreds of people to do it. I'm really thankful to Professor Samad for giving us a time and opportunity to tell your story and motivate us also and so many others who are listening here. And this is the reason for which Mind Sparkle series we have started, to inspire people, to inspire the people to cross barriers, to cross the obstacles. Always outside fear, your success lies. So do not fear failure. Always think that failure is a small stepping stone towards success. With this, I would like to come to conclusion on this day that we should always be willing to have passion and succeed in life. Thank you, Professor Saab, for joining us.